Alright, part 2. We have entered the Dreamcast era, plus Sonic Heroes, which, would you consider that be part of the Dreamcast era?
Nope, because it did not release on the Dreamcast.
Yeah. Okay, so here's Cream, who's at Sonic Adventure 2, Rouge.
I mean, at the end of the day, is whereby they made this game, they tried to put everyone into it, but the people that really got left out is the Dreamcast era people, if they even had existence. Because I remember there were some groups at the time that really was just super into adventure, but the problem with like the adventure groups or just fan base in general and adventures, that everyone's just thinking about different things differently about the adventure series. Like some people think that Adventure 1 and 2 is the only games, some people think that Adventure 1, 2 and Heroes are the only games, or perhaps Adventure 1, 2 up to 06 are the adventure games as well. So yeah, everyone has like different conception of adventure, and they're just like, oh, you know what, just put Heroes there and just leave it as that.
Yeah. Heroes is like, I wouldn't say the odd one out, but it's just it came at a time where Sega was already done making consoles, and it was basically the first Sonic game where it had a multi-console release.
Yeah. Multi-console release, and they had different ideas from how the other two adventure games was, because at the time Adventure 2 was just taking ideas from Adventure 1, and they had to make a game within less than a year. And then now Heroes, they decided, hey, we have to do a new game now. Like, we can't just use the same engine, we can't have the same idea, concept. It has to be something brand new.
Would you guys say that the new concept for Heroes was or the whole idea for Heroes, was it good?
Well, at the time, I was hooked in for it with Heroes. I was like, man, this game is great at the time. But then, when time goes past with Heroes, you start to wonder, like, could it have been anything different? Could we have seen something different with Heroes itself? But at the end of the day, like, I try to compare Heroes with other games, and that's the problem, is that when I compare Heroes of modern games, it turns into a good game again. But then when you think of Heroes as a standalone game, it's like, oh man, it's kind of mediocre.
On its own, it doesn't stand well. I see.
Yeah. It's like, throughout the times, like, how Sonic games are created today, it's just like, Heroes is fantastic. That's the issue I have with it. It's like, Heroes had such a good story, had good interaction with the characters. Like, every scenes and cutscenes in it is just so much enjoyable in Heroes. It's insane of how crazy good Heroes is compared to what we see nowadays. Like, I would take any Heroes, like even the worst Heroes cutscene in Heroes than what we see in Generations. Period.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can tell that more effort was put into Heroes in regards to its cutscenes, its storytelling.
Yeah. Because people forget like how Heroes did its structure of the story, whereby you complete some stages, then you get progression of what the hell is happening. It gives you that cutscene of like, oh yeah, next you have to have the characters and the teams interacting with each other, or maybe it's an Eggman boss fight, or you get the ending. And that's the good thing about it, because there is some good storytelling of what is going on through each stages.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was it. After 06, we just never got that level of storytelling, really.
Yeah.
That was it. Actually, I'm gonna say this here, and I mean this, but
It looks so
I
natural.
prefer the 06 story over Sonic Adventure 2.
That's definitely a hot take there, but yeah.
It's a hot take, yeah.
It's a hot take, but yeah. I can see
Anything-
why you would say it, because
Anything positive about 06 is a hot take, unless you're talking about P06.
Well, I'm talking vanilla 06, so like the story overall, I just prefer it more than SA2.
I think I'm probably gonna be the only one that probably prefers Adventure 2 in this group. Like, you guys will probably be like on the 06 Brigade of Story, if that was the question there.
Like, SA2 is a great, phenomenal story, and I just think 06 really, I know there's a lot of characters, but to me, they handled a lot of characters situation pretty well, honestly. So I think, yeah, what I'm saying is a hot take.
It is, yeah,
Yeah.
because the majority would say Adventure 2 over 06.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see where you're coming from, because there was a lot of characters in it, and
Yeah.
there was 3 different hedgehogs in it that had different paces and tones to each of them as well. So, the way how Silver's story, for example, handled Amy was so different compared to how Amy's story was handled in Sonic's story, even though Amy was a part of it at times, because it was more closely connected between Sonic and Elise instead.
Yeah.
Rouge may be in other stories, but she was definitely more focused into Shadow's story when you had to look into it. So yeah, I can definitely see that as well.
Yeah, I just felt like 06, like you could view it as a movie. Or like three separate movies, really. Like I remember playing that game back then, and I was taken aback by the story, even though the gameplay wasn't that great. Because I see 06 as the real sequel to Sonic Adventure 2.
Which now brings me up to another question now. Would you actually prefer a Sonic 06 movie than the movies we're getting now?
Sonic 06.
Yeah, I would say I would like to see a Sonic 06 movie.
Like, imagine we get the same, look of what we have in Sonic movie now, because, it looks good. But we just had Sonic 06 storytelling in it, whereby they just went from start to finish with the script right there. No jokes, no nothing, no like typical Hollywood stuff. No saying that Sonic is brought by birds. It's just straight up Sonic 06 story.
I wouldn't mind. I'd be down for it.
Like we could make it Sonic Lord of the Rings edition, 3 different parts to it, even if you have to.
Oh, Blue, that's like that's cake. That's cake for me. Yeah, I would still watch that.
Like, each movie is about like 4 or 5 hours long, whatever it took for Lord of the Rings. But yeah, you just like hooked into it.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, I'll be back. I gotta use the restroom.
All right.
Time for Cream.
Oh yeah, and Cream was, available in Sonic Adventure DX as a cameo character, really.
Thank you for saving me, Mr. Sonic. It was so scary, but I tried to be really brave.
You did great, kiddo.
Is that the first time you actually get to hear her new voice?
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I can't actually remember the script writing of which changed for that one. I probably have listened to the different changes, but I can't remember what was in the original one. But yeah, there was some sort of dialogue change there. But yeah, Sonic definitely said something as the change, that was for sure. But hey, we're in City Escape.
Yes, I like this version. Well, level's fine, but I like the song just because of the Endless Mine Zone reference.
Ah, I see. I don't know, for Sonic Adventure 2, I know a lot of people say this is the most iconic stage, but for Sonic, I could feel as though like I was more interested in the other stages. Like, I would say Green Forest was a good one that could have been added in. Crazy Gadget as well. Oh, Crazy Gadget would actually been really great actually, because there was a lot of dialogue mentions between Sonic and Eggman in that stage. It would have definitely fit the bill here. But yeah, I don't know. City Escape is just a safe scapegoat. It's just like, man, that truck chasing after Sonic was hysterical.
Yeah,
People still
starting
think
with
about
the snowboarding section. Plus, its song is very well remembered.
Yeah. I mean, like, it came to a point with me where, like, kept on listening to the Cityscape. I just had to just be more focused on the other levels instead. And also, it's an opening stage as well. It's like, it's equivalent to Green Hill in a way.
Ouch.
This one's just hilarious, whereby the truck is just destroying the environment itself, but it's not really interacted to kill Sonic this time.
Oh no!
But maybe it was trying to interact with Sonic, try and kill him there.
Probably.
I thought it was just trying to kill the stages.
I don't like how classic Sonic handles. I wish they fixed it. But as you said, it's just still Hedgehog Engine 1.
Yeah, it's still the same Hedgehog Engine 1, so there was never going to make changes. It's just really, the shadow part is going to be the real difference of how it does feel in this game in terms of gameplay. Oh yeah, wasn't this the first game that they put those signs there, whereby if you fall down, you die?
They might have been in colors. Were they in the original colors?
No, there wasn't in original colors.
It might have been this one then.
Yeah, because Colors Ultimate was the game they actually put it there. Be like, oh, don't drop there. I feel as though, like in any Sonic game, is that if you can't see the bottom, it's probably a dead pit there. Maybe it's just because of the classic games are so much like Sonic 2. It's like, yeah, you can't really just run all the way from start to finish there, top speed. You're gonna die somewhere.
The ring. Okay. I know I enjoyed classic Sonic a lot more when you unlocked the homing attack time.
Oh, I forgot about that. You can actually do that in this game.
Burn.
It's funny though that they put Gun's truck there, but they had no other reference to Gun than that.
I wonder if Rouge is gonna mention it. What's her new dialogue gonna be?
It's not really that interesting with the Rouge dialogue, really. It's really just to do with the cleavage not showing. that was the thing about it, is that there was little mini cleavage, but then it's now like you don't see anything to see the heart.
They should just put her in her hero's outfit.
Oh yeah, that would be better.
Alright, I am back.
Alrighty.
I got some food too.
And also we're in Modern City Escape right now.
Alright, yep, cool.
As Sonic Adventure Sonic. Everything's confusing.
Well,
I
this
remember...
was... Yeah,
what was you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say this was the highlight of SA2, this stage.
We were talking about earlier as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is just overused so much. I would prefer Green Forest or Crazy Gadget for Sonic. Especially Crazy Gadget because you actually have interaction with Eggman.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like this stage. It feels as though people talk about this stage because probably this is the only stage they ever completed in Sonic Adventure 2. Because once they got into Knuckles, it's like, oh my god, I can't complete treasure hunting. That's what probably
I think that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lyrics.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Is it the only stage, like Sonic stage with lyrics? In SA2,
Yeah.
I think? Yeah.
Yeah. Because everything else was just through Knuckles and Rouge's one.
Yeah, pretty much.
But have you guys actually ever heard the City Escape from the beta version that you play with the Sonic Adventure 2 Dreamcast?
I'm
The
not sure.
instrumental.
My friends have the decks, but I don't remember it. So. The only thing I
So-
remember about that beta is he still had his old shoes.
Yeah, and then also I think in that beta, was that connected to Fantasy Star Online? I think it was Fantasy Star Online itself. You had to use it there. Something of it. There was something mixed with it.
Might have been like a special release of Sonic Adventure 1 as well.
Yeah, so because I remember having that back in the day when I was playing a lot of City Escape, and it was the instrumental version. And to be honest, you know, the instrumental version was good as well. Like, it's just the fact that I guess people probably preferred the catchiness of the lyrics, but if it was instrumental version of City Escape back then from the beta version, I wouldn't mind either itself. It was
Like
catchy.
It actually held on its own without the lyrics.
Yeah, it held it actually on its own as well. But yeah, this was just over the top as well. It's like this whole gun thing of really coming off the Sonic here.
Chain,
With the chainsaw.
saw blades. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit much.
I mean, the idea was to capture him, not murder him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the truth.
And now
Yeah.
it's dropping on the side of the gun.
Like, Jesus.
Boo.
But yeah, here we go. Rouge.
Yep.
Rouge the Bat. Which again, I feel as though every Sonic and Rouge interactions are just very awkward because they really don't really talk to each other. But somehow in modern Sonic games, they make them seem as though they're pretty much best pals.
Yeah.
Blue. That's the
Yeah,
first
like
time
Big
I've
Oh.
been
Blue.
stolen.
You're a real gem, Rouge.
They barely
Whoa.
interacted with each other.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Real gem. Holy.
Yeah, see what I mean? It's
Yeah.
awkward conversation. It just does not make sense.
They're kind of flirting there a bit.
But yeah, we're coming to Seaside Hill, and I think that Seaside Hill, from what I remember, was my favorite modern stage.
Really?
of the-
Oh.
Yeah. It's because of the difference of Seaside Hill of Sonic Heroes compared to this one. It's
Yeah.
like this one is actually like just Sonic running around, and then the original Seaside Hill is had the whole team gimmick itself.
Yeah.
So you can see clearly a lot of differences, and then yeah, Seaside Hill definitely opened up a lot. I think it was really crafted really well in this game as well. Like this was like the go-to stage I actually did like from the modern side.
Oh, snap. For me, it was the modern Planet Wisp.
Yeah, that's always a popular one I always hear from people as well. It's like, man, Planet Rift is so great.
It
the
is.
number one.
I mean, for me, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was it. It was either Planet Rifts, and then I don't even know which other ones people liked a lot as well. Because
Rooftop
Run wasn't Rooftop One was kind of like a nerf version in a way because Unleashed was just way faster, and it was just like a little shit go to Generation. So then like it was like the test of how the boost was, and like
Yeah.
Unleashed was just way. Generation was just felt so slower. And then you can actually feel the reactions less. Like you can easily react to things in Generation compared to Unleashed.
Yeah, I agree with that. Unleashed seemed like a more faster paced game.
Yeah.
His jump is worse than Knuckles. In the classic.
It's like this game wanted you to take your time and like do things.
Yeah,
It's not
pretty
Sonic.
much. Yeah.
It's gotta be a blend of speed and platforming.
Yeah.
A lot of this platforming is more like Sonic 1 feeling.
Even
No.
with Sonic 1, you can go really fast though.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
some
no
parts
momentum
is like
based speed
forced
in this. If I like go with the control stick, classic Sonic stops moving. Like instantly.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is that like people don't really. I mean, let's just say like generally the overall Sonic player or anyone that plays Sonic games don't really care about physics and momentum. The only time when that became an issue is like, actual hardcore fans start to realize Sonic 4 wasn't as how it's controlled in the original games, right? That's when physics became like a real issue around time. But beforehand, like no one really cared about it.
But I think the complaints with Sonic 4 Episode 1, the physics are
Garbage.
yeah, they're garbage, but I think the complaints are what's the word I'm looking for? Like they make sense because the physics really did suck. Like you would get stuck on the wall.
Yeah, but the thing was though is that I had a friend and he was excited for Sonic 4. He got the game. He wasn't like a big or huge Sonic fan. It was all like playing all these games and stuff, but he loved the classics. And the first thing he played with Sonic 4, he thought the game was the best thing ever. Like he just couldn't stop playing it. So you can clearly see like when it came to reviews or just ordinary people that only cared about the classics at the time when it wasn't hardcore enough, they loved Sonic 4 Episode 1. And it can rightfully say like, Sonic 4 Episode 1 had better reviews than, let's just say, some of the 3D Sonic games at the time.
I see. Okay.
So the only people that really complained was just like really hardcore Sonic fans that all they just did is play Sonic games. Because I've met Sonic fans whereby like they only play Sonic games, and then when it comes to other games, like, hey, have you played Dynamite Headdy or have you played Ristar and stuff? They'd be like, no, I don't even know what those games are.
I don't either.
Yeah, you see, so
yeah.
There's like a different thing whereby people are just like super critical on Sonic games because of it, because they only play just Sonic games alone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my time to get dinner now, so I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
All jumps are available.
All right. So this is the modern version.
I think this is like one of the most open level designs.
So I could see why Blue likes this level in particular. So there's actually multiple paths that you can take. So you just took the upper path right now, which is cool because it kind of gives the stage like more freedom. And then of course we hit the 2D sections. Oh, you were doing the drop dash there, yeah.
It's a skill I never use. Don't really care for it.
Yeah, I don't really think it makes much of a difference to use it with modern Sonic. Like, you're pretty much just good using the boost. Oh, yeah, there's the killer whales. Alright, so here you have opted to take the lower route. Which is funny because I did speedrun this stage a couple of times, and I think it's actually faster to take the lower route than it is the upper path. I think.
Probably less platforming in it.
Yeah. So see, you're already here at the part where we're gonna do the kart race. If you get it, yeah, you got it. Cool. Because then otherwise you would have been with the turtles. So yeah, this is cool homage to Sonic Heroes. With the only difference, of course, you had Tails and Knuckles riding along with you. But here it's like, oh hey, now I don't need Sonic. I don't need Tails and Knuckles anymore. I can do this on my own.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole Tails thing that I was listening as well. That was with Ocean Palace as well. They mixed in everything else with it, yeah. Like a bit of Ocean Palace, a bit of Seaside Hill.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a fusion.
Yeah. So it's not really very accurate with this stage. That's the only issue I have with it. It's not just focusing just on Seaside Hill.
Yeah, because even here, this is basically Ocean Palace at this point.
Yeah. And even these things here are very much Ocean Palace as well.
Yeah, because they would be chasing you.
Yeah.
2 minutes and 49 seconds. Okay.
That's the Lord. At least they animated him a little bit.
Yeah.
Time for SBO.
The hidden leaf ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After this cutscene.
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire. Ah! That thing keeps jumping back and forth through time, consuming the dimensional energy. And all that's left behind is this lifeless white void. The Sonics are the one constant here. Their speed is restoring space-time.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
Yeah, so this is the cutscene they changed whereby they specifically know what they was gonna say, whereby the other one was they was trying to go around the actual topic.
Mm.
We're facing a dangerous foe, Sonic. Better be on your guard.
Sure thing.
Sure
Man,
thing.
He sounded just like McCree, aka Cassidy now from Overwatch when he said that. Because it's Matt Mercer.
The sure thing?
Oh, just the voices itself.
Oh,
Yes, we have.
Least fun part.
I see.
Nope, I hate the drifting. Fuck off with that one.
Oh, really?
Nah, I hate this part of the game so much.
Isn't the drifting easier to do here than Unleashed?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Like, it's pretty much fail-proof, the drifting.
Yeah, because you can drift while boosting in this game, but in Unleashed, you have to go a certain arc. Because if you boost while drifting in Unleashed,
Oh, you're done for.
yeah, you're done for. Like you have to stop boosting.
Yeah. You know, I like these challenges that Sonic Team put here.
Yeah, it feels more better than at least colors. That's what I can say.
You know what? Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
Like colors, every time you look into the similar, they just look all the same. At least with this one.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it looks all different. And especially another thing
Yeah.
to point out because of Frontiers, that's exactly the same thing with the cyberspace as well.
Mhm.
They all look the same on top of it.
Yeah, at least here there's like they look different each challenge. It's not like the same layout.
Yeah.
Like here, for example, we're inside a building just stomping. And I think some of the other challenges they could actually take place during sunset in this game.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to try again. Why would you ever ask me that?
There's the bell, so you could get the music there. What I would do... Oh, I think you got it. You can just hit the bell again if you need it. Oh, there you go.
Alright, what is City
Oh, yeah.
Escape?
A missed opportunity I forgot to do is that Sonic Generation 3DS had exclusive levels and stages. They could have put it in this game.
Emerald Coast was one of them.
Yeah, see? And that was a really good one.
Oh, here we go. Here's that Sonic X Shadow Generations tease that we're getting.
See, so what we were talking about earlier about like Death Egg Robot was like a missed opportunity. This was a huge missed opportunity for me, like in terms of the boss level here. So the issue I had with this one is the fact that every time you boost or just run past, you're always passing over Shadow. But the concept of the boss fight in Sonic vs. Shadow's SA2 is that no matter what your top speed, your rival's always going to be faster than you. the only way you're ever going to outpace it is when you're going for an offensive attack like a spin dash used onto it. But it's always the fact that it's a set piece done to show that it's a rival battle, that the person you're trying to go up against is always going to be right one step ahead of you. But in this game, this one is just like, where the hell are you?
No, there he is.
Yeah, you see?
For that one little second. Oh, again. Sonic power up.
And this part was just weird as well. Like, you change the flow of the music here. You're pushing out meteorites now as well. Which, there was meteorites in the actual Ava part, but the meteorites was like part of the platforming. No, not platforming, like on the side parts of it. So you didn't really have to interact with it as much. Now you have to, in these parts here.
Yeah, essentially they were just like there as like what's the word, like for display.
Yeah.
Shadow
boxing. Yep.
No special dialogue.
Nope.
Nah, that was it. At least that we know of.
Yeah, I need to do a challenge here. What's Cream want?
Oh, grabbing the rings.
Pass through all the dash rings in order to reach the goal. Did they just beat the level in a certain time?
I'm not even too sure.
Maybe it's only exclusive to certain levels. Oh, doppelganger race. That's it. That's what you're looking for.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, so if you get it under 3 minutes, it's S rank. I'm getting an ice cap vibes from that.
Oh, from the trick.
Yeah, and the fact that it's the Adventure Sonic.
Yeah, that would have been a good stage. Well, Ice Cap to be on Sonic 3 side for this game.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have noticed something, like with Green Hill and Chemical Plant and Sky Sanctuary. Those three stages have pretty much been like the blueprint for like simulation, especially with Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did have the simulation for those three to be included into it. I guess
Yeah.
it was just kind of laziness from Sonic Team's idea, whereby
Yep.
they had the blueprint, as you said, and just made it easier for them just to put it there.
I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, lots of stuff we've heard about Sonic Frontiers that, you know, some of the work was left unfinished with the last couple of islands.
Yeah, the last ones, I did hear about that, yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of unfinished projects with that game in general, and who knows what it'd be in for the final event if they had all the time in the world to actually fully make it.
Yeah.
The truck is this much of a level? Jeez.
Yeah, it's a gun truck again.
I did look at your video when you did Sonic Colors Blue and saw that dude's energy charge. That it's
Yep.
like very blatant that it's not there in the Ultimate.
Yeah, that's the thing I was kind of surprised about, that they actually did the change there
And
around
never
to. I mean, what's
fixed
even the point of making a change like that?
Boy, my doppelganger is really stuck back there.
Oh yeah, he's long gone.
Why is a doppelganger classic Sonic in a 3E stage?
Good point. I guess they wanted to differentiate the differences with which one you are.
Alright, what does Seaside Hill offer me? Figure out how to get up there. Here we go. A Rouge the Bat.
Rouge.
The Temptress. Okay, don't lock onto that or nothing.
Well, I just got my copy of Sonic X Shadow Generations delivered.
Nice.
Yeah, so. Although I don't know if I'm playing it tonight, but I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely want to finish the Generations half, and maybe even start it if we have time.
Yeah,
There's only
we all
the
nearly
one
done.
section left.
Yeah, we're only one section left. You know, the stages are straightforward anyway as well. Because honestly, I feel as though every time I've seen people play the game this past week, they gone straight to Shadow itself. And then sometimes I go into some streams, because I was actually looking at some streams earlier when they did the deluxe version, and then I see Sonic and these games and stages, and I was like, where the hell is Shadow? He's like, oh, we've just done Shadow like 2 hours ago. Like, people are like super psyched for the Shadow stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know I would play right off the bat Shadow.
Yeah. Because alone does Shadow enough. If it's 4 hours to complete the game in Shadow, you don't even need to touch this half of Sonic Generations if you already played it.
No, unless you want to for fun.
Yeah, if you wanted to fun, but other than that, Shadow is, you know, pretty appetizing itself in terms of game length.
Yeah,
Like
I
way
like
more,
that.
like way more than Frontiers. You know, it's that good, decent length. That's why I like it as.
Yeah. It's funny because in the interviews they were saying that that the Shadow content wouldn't be as long as the Sonic content, but here we are, and it looks like you can get more out of the Shadow content than the Sonic content.
Yeah, because there's more cutscenes. There's a hub world. Crazy amount of stuff you can do in the Shadow part itself. So they've definitely been experimenting.
Yeah.
That maybe this could be a future Sonic game with how Shadow went.
Sold a million copies, so it went well.
Yeah.
Oh, it did? Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
First day.
Nice.
But the thing is, was we even surprised that a Sonic game was going to sell 1 million copies? There's very few Sonic games that sell millions of copies. Like, I mean, even Sonic 06 had the platinum for 1 million copies as well.
I think it's more about
It
the
did?
speed that it did it. It's been a long time since a Sonic game sold this much that fast. Maybe, well, Frontiers did okay then. I forgot what that one did.
Yeah, Frontiers definitely sold more than 1 million copies first day for sure. They got, I think Frontiers is the highest selling 3D Sonic game in general, actually.
Of all time, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So we would just have to see in terms of generations, like, would people be buying this game more than Frontiers?
Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, because, well, Frontiers itself is, it's all Sonic.
Yeah,
I think, which puts the question if Shadow should have just had his own game from the start.
Yeah, I think that would have been interesting whereby if it was just Shadow itself. But the thing is, I think they played it safe because they needed to have Sonic in it, because if they just had Shadow alone, they'd be afraid of sales itself.
Especially from the last Shadow game.
So they were really testing the waters.
Yeah,
And it makes sense, because, I mean, they do the same thing with the All-Stars Racing, because it's not Sega All-Stars, it's Sonic and Sega.
Yeah.
Just that
That's a
one
good-
word.
that was a good thing though, is that that when the Sega All Stars Racing, they definitely got a lot more people interested. But now they decided, okay, it's just Team Sonic Racing now, and it's like, oh, this is not really that great anymore.
Team Sonic Racing, and
Nah.
it came out right out the bat. It's like, we're not going to support this game when it's done. It's like, then what was the point of making the game?
Yeah.
But they'll support the damn that Apple Arcade version instead.
Biggest mistake.
Oh yeah.
ever.
And speaking of which, that Fallout, I mean not Fallout, Fall Guys type of Sonic game is around the corner, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, Rumble.
Yeah, Sonic Rumble, yeah.
No
Yeah.
interest in playing that one.
Oh, I was about to suggest that for a playthrough.
Unless you want to just do random party games. Perfect chaos time.
Oh, Blue, I think we were talking about this, the whole chaos thing, like him not needing the super form no more.
Yeah. They definitely retconned this entirely, massively. As again, like they didn't really take too much interest in the thing, and yeah, Perfect Chaos looks really weird. He's supposed to be made out of water here, and then somehow he's got like reptilian skin now.
Oh, okay, so I can answer that. So, originally, I think I saw this in a video. It was actually intended for Chaos to look this way.
Really?
Yes, and if you look at the CGI cutscenes for Sonic Adventure 1, you'll see that he looks somewhat scaly. Not like this, but if you look at it. There was a video on YouTube about this, and I think it was one of the creators talking about how that was how he was intended to look.
Yeah, this looks weird though. Like this look itself. It's
Although,
like
yeah,
whoever made
Yeah.
him change it made the best decision. Like if it was like this, no way.
I think the coloring is off. Like it looks too dark. Like with that scaly skin. Like if you look at the CGI in the Sonic Adventure intro,
Yeah.
like that's Perfect Chaos. Like how he comes out of the building,
yeah.
like that's beautiful. But here it's like,
Yeah, it does it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
another thing I wanted to add in, like aside from the whole Supersonic, the whole boosting really kills it off of this boss fight because Supersonic in Sonic Adventure 1 is about you're supposed to be traveling at the speed of light to kill Perfect Chaos or neutralize him to his form. But with boost, it's just like 100% top speed. I can actually go through the top and then reach the point itself. Which he's not traveling at the speed of light. He's just traveling at the speed of sound at this point. Or I don't even know what boost is anyway. It's supposed to be speed of sound, right? But traveling at speed of sound,
yeah.
and he will get nowhere near to be fine or even get into Perfect Chaos in this form.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is boost really the speed of sound, or is it the speed of light?
Yeah, I think it really is
Sound.
just the speed of sound, really, because they never really had any extra lore or reasoning to it. Because if it is this normal Sonic at top speed in a different time, then yeah, most likely it is still speed of sound.
You know something? Yeah, because the boost thing really, like, it's an ability that we see in these modern Sonic games, but like lore-wise, do we really see it as an actual thing that Sonic does, or
hate the humble.
has he already been doing this since the Adventure days or the classic Genesis days?
Oh, you mean like the actual idea of the boost? Like,
Yeah.
if it was a thing like that.
Mhm.
No, really. It's just a new gameplay mechanic, really. Sonic always had blue all around him. Like if you've seen some of the cartoons, but it was never
Yeah.
technically the boost. It was just him running super fast. That was it.
Okay. So then, essentially, what this boost is just trying to really highlight Sonic's speed.
Yeah. It's just it's basically what I see boost as is that people had a hard time with games like 06, Shadow, whatever 3D Sonic game beforehand. because everyone complained about speed itself, essentially in these games. So boost itself was just an easier way to get people running really fast in 3D Sonic games. That's it. I don't see boost as something where it's an evolution or anything. It's just that a new team came in, and then there was this like, we need to have Sonic to keep on running, so to get people to be enjoying our game, and then they just put boost in.
You've brought back
Okay.
so much of the world.
Yeah, it's too bad. 06 didn't really do so well with the gameplay, because otherwise, like, if we're looking at PO6, I don't think people would be complaining about, oh, he's too slow.
Right.
Yeah.
I may never get used to that. Ah,
I've never understood why this guy keeps on coming in and out
Yeah,
of dimensions.
It's like, oh, look at me.
Yeah.
whoa, did that emerald just scare off the monster? The Chaos Emerald's powers are miraculous, and we sure could use a miracle. We need that emerald! Sonic, your speed has been able to restore our friends. I bet it can restore the Chaos Emerald to full power, too. And I bet you double we're going to need all 7 emeralds.
You're
Okay.
on.
I've been
So-
doing that though.
You guys have your work cut out for you.
Something interesting about what they
Adventure's
just
no
said.
fun if it's too easy.
So, in other words, Sonic does have chaos powers inside him, just like Shadow, right?
I don't know.
Because if he can activate the Emerald, then that means he has something in him.
Blue. Bing. Alright.
Could be.
Yeah, that's
this
what I'm
part here.
thinking. Okay.
An hour and 40 in.